Being recorded. All right, it is Tuesday, May 3rd. I can't believe it's May already. I don't understand where this year is going. Okay, Brandy, do you care if I do, like, I usually just do a couple announcements.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, so for May, we have our challenge pack sale, or challenge packs that are on sale this month are size and Insanity Max 30. I hope if you guys are building and you're here that you know that already by checking your news in your office. And these, I also just wanted to tell my coaches at the summit party, if you hit Success Club 10 in May and June, you get into the 80s party, which is going to be a blast. I can't wait for that. Brandy, we have to dress up in 80s gear with big hair. Okay.
I'm excited. I've always wanted a big 80s hair.
I cannot wait for that.
Hair can definitely do 80s.
Yes. Okay. And rank advancement for summit recognition for you guys that are pushing to be rank advanced and recognized as summit for your new rank is like the week of May 12th. You have to like hit the rank, but you have to wake up on the 19th at that new rank. So like if you're shooting for 2-star, you'll have to wake up on the 19th as 2-star qualifying. And then you have to hold up in 6 weeks. You want to be recognized as a diamond.
What grade are you in? Okay.
Oh, someone's talking.
You go up to about Texas morning or
Thursday. Someone has to mute themselves.
That's Jason.
Huh? Jason, mute yourself.
Hey, Jason, block him.
Oh, shit.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
All right, so if you're shooting for diamond, you'll have to like have all your coaches in place before basically on the 18th, wake up on the 19th as a diamond coach to be recognized for summit. All right, so today we wanted to talk just a little bit about the importance of emerald rank. I know we have a lot of new coaches on, there's 3 teams on this call right now, and we have lots of new coaches. So I just wanted to kind of drill into your heads a little bit that the importance of emerald rank, and like your business is not open until you are an emerald coach. So it is really, really important that you understand the importance of being emerald. So for those that are really new and don't even know what an emerald coach is yet, it is a coach that has inspired basically 2 people to join their team with them. And Brandy, I don't know if you guys, I know you do some sort of new coach basics, but in our coach, like new coach training groups, we explain that you need a coach on each leg. So, because we're in a binary business, so you need a coach, an active coach on the right leg and an active coach on the left leg to be an emerald. And there's also other requirements. You have to be active. Go talk to your dad.
Just to be
Just
emerald?
to be an emerald.
No.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah. When you have to have at least 50 PV, so you have to be active. And they can either sign up with a challenge pack or Technology Home Direct or whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as they have 50 PV, they'll be active coaches. So, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the benefits of being an emerald coach. Like I said before, your business is not even open until you hit emerald. One huge benefit of being an emerald coach is you start getting your team cycle bonuses. So basically everything that your team is doing underneath of you, you're getting a team bonus for their work. So every time they order anything, their Shakeology, they order a program, you know, like whatever, you're getting team cycle bonuses if you're an emerald coach. So yeah, I'm not going to get into the teams. He's really good at explaining the team cycle bonuses. I don't know if you want to try, but there's a really awesome video on YouTube that Michael Neiman does, and he uses those action figure toys, and he really explains it really well.
That's the best thing to do because he gives you visuals and everything, and that way you can really grasp it.
yeah, it's really kind of confusing to try to explain, but he does a really good job with that video. And so basically, like, becoming an Emerald coach is like, I always say, it's like, because when you're a coach, you're basically trying to, like, if you think about it as an analogy of building a house, like your foundation, because if you build a house on sand, it's just going to collapse. So if you're an Emerald coach, you're building your foundation so you can start putting the walls up on your house, like Ruby starting to put the walls up. Diamond, you kind of have a roof started. Star Diamond is when you actually start, like, the inside of your house.
Right.
Like, you're really building then. So basically becoming an Emerald coach is that foundation, and you start earning that residual income, which is really what, like, I know a lot of us don't get into this business to make money, but, you know, that's just part of this business. We got to admit it.
Oh, you don't have it here.
The residual income starts with being an Emerald coach, and I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about.
Well, I mean, I just want to point out the obvious too, because it's not necessarily obvious to everyone, that, you know, the primary objective as far as from the business side of things with what you want to do with this coaching opportunity is you need to build a team. You know, a lot of times there's people that they're really good at selling challenge packs or retail sales, but they never really develop that income that they can rely upon every week, because their income is based upon if they can make another sale or not, as opposed to developing their income through the team cycle bonuses. And that's the residual income aspect of it. And that's the exciting part about what we do in particular, let alone the side of helping people and all of that. Again, just from the business side of things, that's the objective. Because once you get that built and that's solid and that becomes self-perpetuating and starts growing itself and taking on a life of its own because of the work that you poured into people, that's when you start getting that fun income. Like, you know, I'm always checking my volume, and Carolyn knows because I was doing that on the cruise. I can't check my volume and I'm just checking, like, my residual income, you know, while we were on the cruise with what we were making for the week. You know, it gets fun. But that's the objective. The primary objective is to build a team, first of all, because that's not necessarily obvious to everyone. And we're building that team, that binary compensation plan, get some leadership established in both legs, and it starts growing. So that's the objective, and that's where you're trying to get toward.
Right. And then the last thing I'm just going to say before Brandy takes over, Emerald, we all know we're the only network marketing company that does this. When you hit Emerald and you hit, you know, Success, they added Success Club 5 as a requirement, but you still have to be Emerald to get your free customers. It's the only network marketing company that does this. And, you know, Beachbody spends millions of dollars in infomercial advertising. They're on Amazon now, they're on Groupon and Beachbody.com, and all of these people, when they're purchasing a program or Shakeology or whatever, are checking a box that says, yes, I want a coach to help me. So if they do not check that box, they do not get put in the lead wheel. So they did check a box that they wanted a coach. So
yeah, and I got to add this too, and I'm going to use Jason and Catherine Plotkin as the example here. Hey, guys. They were a free coach. You know, Catherine was she was a free customer that was given to a coach. And now they're blowing it up. They're both full-time doing this. And any of us would kill to have them in our team, because they are one of those quality couples that we're all looking for. And that came via a free customer. And if the person in our team that got that free customer, if she wasn't Emerald, or if she dropped for the week and didn't have her Emerald solidified or whatever, or didn't bother hitting Success Club 5 that month, Catherine and Jason would have went to someone else. You know, so that reason alone should make you desperate to get the Emerald. And it doesn't, and I'll say this and then we'll pass it on, but, you know, it doesn't have to be one of those things where you overthink it, like, you know, well, I'll find 2 and, you know, hopefully I can do that my first month. And, you know, are you kidding me? Do you know how many people are out there that are sick and tired of being broke They hate their job. They can't stand their boss. They're on their knees at night praying like, I need some kind of light at the end of the tunnel, because if I got to do this for another 2 weeks, they're going to have to admit me somewhere. People are really at the end of their rope, a lot of people. To find two people to engage with us and this legitimate opportunity to build a profession from home, to where you can have 6 Saturdays and a Sunday and make, physician-like money working from home. It's crazy that you think it would take you a month to find two people that would be willing to jump on that. The problem isn't people finding people. The problem is your own mentality of understanding what you have your hands on, how exciting it is, and to have that fire about you. Like when I first signed up, I didn't know nothing. I wasn't making any money or whatever, but I studied the comp plan and I understood Beachbody well enough to where I knew it was a great opportunity. And for me, when I signed up, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to sleep until I go Emerald. And it took me 17 hours to go Emerald, and that's it. It's just because I refused. I understood it was a great opportunity. I'm like, I know a ton of people that are sick of being broke. I'm going to go talk to them. I'm like, hey, I found this great opportunity. I'm working with this guy. He retired real young. I know I'm going to get there myself. You got to take a look at this. And, people respected me enough to where they knew if I was excited about it, they would at least look. And I asked enough until two said yes. And then I said, okay, now I'll go to sleep. Because I had that fire to get there. Like, I need to make this happen right now. Two's nothing. These people are like, I've been in for 2 months. I just can't find anyone. They have no fire about them. They don't get what this thing is about, where they would be talking to people, not with a fake excitement, but with a genuine excitement, and people catch that. They're smart enough to know if you're being fake or genuine. And when you're genuinely excited, as dreadful as people, think about their professions, they're at least going to be curious as to what you're all excited about, and at least be willing to take a look if you ask. But anyway, I just wanted to say that part about Emerald, because that's important.
Yes. Now Brandy can take over. She's going to tell us how.
So, number one, Emerald is an absolute mindset. It's all about you finding two people. It is a mindset, and I'm just going to be blunt about it. Anybody can get two people.
Yes.
Anybody.
That's what
Number two,
you go to bed.
Anybody.
He could tell you found people.
Yeah. I mean, that is like when I'm not going to go into this, but when I knew I had to get Bobby Diamond, I signed him up as a coach and got him Diamond in 3 weeks. So I'm nothing special. I'm just saying Emerald is a mindset. You have to talk to a lot of people. Okay. Number two, you have to absolutely believe in this business. You have to believe, like he said, you have to believe in everything about this business, and people are going to see that coming through. But number three, you have to be doing challenge groups, and you have to be running a new challenge group every 21 or 30 days. If you are not running a new challenge group every month, you are just hurting yourself. Like, this is where you are going to get coaches. This is probably where your top coaches, a lot of your coaches are going to come. Do you guys agree?
Right. Because they believe in the products.
Yes.
Because if they work for them.
Yeah. I have a challenge group that I put all of my people in, but I also start a new one every 21 days. I know that in the third week of the month, I am going to be hosting another challenge group. So like right now, I'm starting to advertise for that because I need new people in there. And guess what? Probably not everybody, but I'm going to say 80% of my coaches have come from my challenge groups.
Right.
Lacey's a great example right there. So, I mean, they believe in the products. They see what you're doing. So you have to be running challenge groups. Set expectations with your challenge groups. This was something that I was always scared to do. But you want people to get results because they're going to be excited. They're going to be talking about, what you're doing. Setting expectations is really important. So I know Carolyn's always been good about this. Don't you kick people out if they don't even post? Yeah. Carolyn has really been like, you have to wait. Hold on. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Yes, I kick people out if they don't post, and I tell them up front if they don't post, they're going to get kicked out.
I saw a really good video the other day of a coach that she actually does a commitment letter in her challenge group. She writes a commitment letter. She posts it. She expects everybody to sign the commitment letter, just sign in the comments that they're committed to the challenge. If they refuse to sign that letter, they're out of the group. She kicks them out. So she sets that expectation, like, you are going to participate in this group every day, or we're going to kick you out. Sign this so I know you've seen it, and you can't yell at me for kicking you out later, because I told you, I set the expectation, and you're committed, and this is how it's going to be.
Right.
So.
Right. Did she say what's in the commitment letter?
No, she didn't.
That is what I wanted to know
I'm
about.
sure it's not anything big. Probably, you're committing to 21 days of this challenge. You're committing to post every day. You're committing to work out. You're going to drink your Shakeology.
Right.
You're going to check in at least once.
I'm wondering if it's like what Tommy Migrant used to have like years ago. That 10 Commandment thing, or 10 Commitments, or whatever it was. Remember that? 10 Commandments.
10 commitments of a challenge.
But yeah, I'm wondering if it's something close like that. Or
Yeah,
something
but if you can run kick-ass challenge groups, you're going to have kick-ass results, which is going to equal kick-ass coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the funny thing of this is, there is not one of us here that, there's not one of us here that started out knowing how to be a coach, knew what to do. Everything that you guys need, and I know Carolyn and I know Sherry and him too, we did not have this training that you guys, holy crap, if I would have had this training when I first became a coach, ask Carolyn, we did not know what we were doing. I mean,
no idea what we were doing.
We had no clue. I mean, we were just,
I didn't even have challenge packs. I sold
no, we did not have challenge packs.
We didn't have challenge packs. I've been a coach for over 7 years.
I don't know.
It was Shakeology. That was it.
Yeah. So you guys are trained. You guys have all this awesome training. Like, we have Emerald training. We have a new coach training. We have National Wake Up Call. We have the Team Zooms. But are you utilizing those trainings? Are you using those? Are you just showing up and liking it? You need to actually post and work on these trainings, because this is what this trainings also teach you, everything that you need to know to be an Emerald coach, to be a Diamond coach, to be a Star Diamond coach. Everything is there. And it's just, you have to be willing to learn every single day. You have to be willing to learn and talk to new people every day.
And implement what you learn.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If you're just watching the video and saying, oh, that's awesome, but you're not actually implementing it, it's going to be really hard to build a business. I mean, I know I'm guilty of that. I've watched so many things before, and I bet it's awesome, and I would never implement it.
Right. You can't just watch it and not do it. Do it every day. Like, you can take notes all day, but if you don't practice.
That's called paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Good.
definitely sign your spouse up. And I know as a new coach, it's hard at first. I will never forget me signing up Bobby and thought, I cannot afford this. This was when I was, a newer coach, whatever. I cannot afford to do this. And we were both on Shakeology, but I made it work because I knew, I listened to my upline coach. Jamie's like, you got to do this. If you want to build this business, you have to do this. He's going to be an extra paycheck for you someday. Yeah. And guess what? I mean, Bobby's paycheck is, pays for like half of our house payment every month. You know what I'm saying? And it was just because I signed him up as a coach and he is earning all that volume. I don't work his, he doesn't work his business. I do. So he doesn't do anything with it.
Brandon,
Don't feel like my spouse would never work the business. Your spouse doesn't have to work the business. I mean, unless I'm married right here.
Hey, Brandy.
Yes.
I want to say something because this is really important right here.
Yes, right. I'm glad.
Your spouse, especially if you're brand new or even if you've been in for a little bit and you really don't have a team yet, you want to put your spouse, significant other, mom, whatever you have to get that second center at the top of your binary line, of one of your binary teams. And this is why. You have to think, if you're doing this, I would at least hope that you have the mentality of, I'm going to make this work. Because if you don't even have that, nothing else even matters. But you got to have that mentality, obviously. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to build a huge business. Well, just think, of some top coaches that you can think of that you guys follow, how powerful would it be if you were at the very top of one of her teams? How much volume that person would, half their business is built. Now they just have to build a secondary leg. It's so important to be at the very top. So that's like love money or whatever you want to call it. You want to get that space at the top filled by someone that you can also eventually profit from that profit center as well. Or even if you just want to help out your brother or your sister, be like, you need to be at the top of my group because I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I am making this work. I'm going to build a huge organization. And if you're at the top of it, it's going to help you immensely. Even if you don't get that right now, you need to just, trust my judgment enough to get the spot and get and get them. And then there you go. They're your emerald. Even if you can't find 2 love money people, find one, your spouse or whatever. Then you just have one more person. Then you can go to sleep and you're emerald. And you're booming. So, but that's the thing, you got to think about that. Don't wait until you're like, oh, I'm doing so great now. Now I'll put in my spouse. Well, now you're 100 levels down on one of your team and look at all that volume that they're going to forever miss out on. It's like, why didn't I just put them at the very top at the beginning? What was I thinking? Why didn't anyone tell me? I hear that all the time, because I've been in for 6.5 years. Why didn't anyone tell me? I should have been put in at the top, or I should have put my spouse in right away. So I'm telling you. Put your spouse in, because think about it. If you're going to build a huge team, why wouldn't you want your spouse to also get all that volume, which will be an eventual paycheck for you? And if you don't believe you're going to build a big team, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. And if you do believe it, why wouldn't you put your spouse at the very top of it? So it's just logical. You just got to think it out.
Absolutely.
Right. And if your spouse and your close friends and your family, if they actually see how excited you are, like they can feel your enthusiasm for what you're doing, they're going to want to join you anyways. So it's like, I have a lot of family in my business because they legitimately saw like how excited I was. So.
And the other thing too is that you don't have to keep them as they don't have to stay in the business. This is just to help you get started.
Right.
So you find more people. They don't have to stay in forever. They can like a month or 2 until you get yourself
sign up with your parents, your mom and dad, on each leg, and you signed up just to sign them up just to get yourself to Emerald, so you can find a couple other people to put in, and then they can cancel out if they
don't have to stay
out. Huh?
I told Bobby when I first started this, when I got another coach, I didn't necessarily make them act like I let him go inactive. I kept him as a coach until I needed him active again.
Right.
Until now, he has to be active. But when you're starting out, and if you're on E&E and stuff, they can have their E&E as their, 50 PV.
It doesn't have to be Shakeology.
It doesn't have to be Shakeology.
No. Whatever. So.
I think that's what Lacey did.
It could be anything, a 50 PV.
Yeah.
Anything 50 PV. So.
Yep. And Facebook has made it so easy for you to run kick-ass challenge groups now because we have live video.
Oh my God.
Live video makes it so fun. Your challenge.
The live video has it has.
And it's a game changer. Absolute game changer in challenge groups. I have people talk from past challenge groups I added into this new one that just started, and I've been doing live videos, and they're loving it. They're like, well, your last challenge was kind of boring, but now I get to see your face, and I'm really excited because I can see what you're doing and your workout, part of your workout, and I'm actually they know I'm actually an actual real person talking to them instead of a group. You know what I mean? So it's a game changer, and it's going to be way easier to get coaches now that we have live video. So if you're not using it, you better start.
Oh man, it makes a big difference in challenge groups. It's made a huge difference in our clean eating group, hasn't it, Sandy, wherever she is? It's made a huge difference in our clean. We do a drawing every night, and it's made a huge difference. But definitely got to be doing a new challenge group. I don't know, you guys might disagree, Sherry. I don't like challenge groups over 21 or 30 days.
No, me neither.
People tend to stop. They just tend to quit.
Yep.
Yeah. And then put them, like I have a challenge group where I put my people in, you know, and I keep active in there as well. So, because you never want to give up on your, I mean, even if they're done with something, but challenge groups is definitely, and, you know, posting about it.
What do you do when your challenge group's over? Do you ask them, like, what's next? Like, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you literally have to just message them. Don't ask them in the group. Just message every one of your challengers and say, hey, you know, you did awesome. Just wanted to ask you, well, what's next? Do you want to stay on your Shakeology? Because then you can bring up at least a discount opportunity. You know, do you want to join another challenge group? Or like if they were really active in the group and posting a lot and helping others, you can, you know, affirm them that they were actually like, you know, hey, you helped me out so much in this group. You were kind of like a co-coach. You know, I really appreciated all your hard work in there. And I think you would actually be really good at running these groups yourself. Like, have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought about coaching? So it's a good, if you keep the group short, you can have that week or whatever every month where you're messaging all of these people that were in the challenge groups, trying to get them to convert over to a coach. So
something too, if you're selling a challenge pack, so I ask the person, and it usually always works. I'll say, hey, would you be interested in signing up as a VIP member? And what that means is, you know, you're like, I don't say discount, but I let them know you are going to get your Shakeology for cheaper if you choose to stay on it. You will have a $16 a month website fee, but that being said, when people see all of your awesome results, they're going to want to come. You might as well make your money back, right? So instead of referring them to me, you might as well make your money back. So that's what your website fee is for. And that usually works too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Awesome. You guys have any questions? No?
Everybody's at 10. I always say that. No questions. That means you're just up 10.
I just sold one right now. That's what I was doing. I was typing. I just sold one, so.
I think I actually just sold one too, so.
Another thing, I have to add this because I used to do this, and I just listened to one of Christine Dwyer's on her call, and we always, of course, we want to help people, but that is why you do want one short, like a 5-day free group a month. But if you're running challenge groups and you're just letting everybody in your challenge groups without even buying anything, you are actually setting the tone for, you are showing them what you believe in yourself. Like, you believe I'm not worth this. That's what you're saying. So by putting everybody in your challenge group for free, they're going to be like, well, she's just going to let me in there for free. So why would I buy anything? Right? So you definitely want to add value to your challenge groups that way. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you want to run a free group a month, but your challenge group, you want your paid customers in.
Right. Yep. Don't be putting them in challenge groups for free.
Mm-hmm.
This is a business, not a charity.
Right.
Yeah. I love how Carolyn just says it.
Well, you know what? After doing this for 7 years, I did that for so long, and then people start walking all over you, and it just
I don't know how she said it, but she was like, you are showing them your value by your business, like what you really believe in. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to let you in. I'm going to let you in. But, you know, that's why you run one free group a month, a short group, and then get them into the challenge group because,
right,
you know, you're important. Your time, we spend a lot of time on challenge groups. Am I not? Who spends tons of time? And I can, Tina right there, that girl is posting in her challenge group, 7 times a day, if not more. I'm like, oh my God, that girl. And they see every morning, she's like, oh my crap, she's beating me. Like, we're like in a contest. Who's going to wake up first to post, you know? But we spend a lot of time, and you are worth that. Like, don't, you're putting yourself down. So definitely keep that in mind.
Yes. All right. Well, if nobody
Yeah.
has any questions, I think we can wrap up.
All right.
Going.
Until next week.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye,
Thanks for coming
guys.
on.
Good night.
Night.